Welcome to the One Life podcast, where we bring you interesting personalities in our world, celebrating their work. And we are focusing on Africa Day because this is the month of May. And this segment is brought to you by KumushaAfrica. KumushaAfrica, they are having Africa Day celebrations and they're inviting everybody to come along and participate. And we decided to say, if you are not in Zimbabwe, where KumushaAfrica are having their celebrations on 24th to 25th of May, we're saying, at least let's have a dialogue about Africa. And let's invite interesting people who have been to Africa or who come from Africa or have African origins. And I'm so happy today that I'm joined with a lovely lady called Shay, and she's based in the United States of America in California. She is the founder of We Girls, and we're going to talk about all that she has done and all the places that she has been because she has traveled everywhere. Shay, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Batanai. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited that you're starting your podcast, and I look forward to more episodes.
I just
Of
want to find
course.
out about yourself, really. People want to know, who is Shay?
Great question. Well, I'm here to tell you, my name is Shay Abram. I go by Shay. Just a little fun fact, my name means lover of music. My mom really likes Sade, so she named me Shay. Yes.
I suppose you love
I
music as well.
Yes, I know, and I love that. I am the founder of We Girls Incorporated, and We Girls stands for Women Empowering Girls. It's based here in Oakland, California. Shout out to Oakland. We'll be in South Africa and Ghana as well. Just a little bit more about myself. I am resilient. I'm purpose-driven woman. I'm rooted in community, healing, and transformation. I carry a lot of wisdom of lived experience, as you stated, from Ghana, Eswatini, South Africa, as well as just growing up in the US as a Black American. I am someone who has the heart I'm someone who has the heart of connecting others, uplifting others to climb and lead. I'm an educator, a leader, a writer, and a visionary. So I'm here today just to share my story, to guide others. Everything I do is guided by faith and purpose. So I hope that this interview inspires others to do the same and to turn their purpose into power.
Wow. That's all interesting. I wish we had a couple hours to go
Yes.
into all those things. We focus on healing, connecting people, traveling. You have been to
Yes.
different countries in Africa, and that's very exciting, especially now because we are focusing on Africa Month and we're celebrating Africa. And I just want to hear from you, like your journey into maybe going into starting We Girls, or maybe before that, tell me more about how did you get to visit Africa or have that connection with Africa, and how did that lead to you maybe beginning your own organization, We Girls?
Yeah, that's really great. So I've always had an interest in Africa growing up as a Black American, especially from Oakland, California, home of the Black Panthers, shout out.
Mm.
And so once I got to college, I studied African studies. And through African studies, I started to develop a deep connection of wanting to learn more. So I decided to study abroad in Ghana. And let me tell you, my time there was it was transformative. I was able to connect with the people. I integrated, learned the language and the culture, and it just changed my perspective on life. And it led me to become a global citizen. From there on, I graduated from college. I loved Ghana so much that I came back to teach at Alpha Beta Education Center. So I was a English teacher there. And so I did that for about a year. And my love for Ghana and the continent continued to grow. So much so that I joined Peace Corps. And Peace Corps is an organization in the US that sends Americans abroad to different countries where we work on projects that the country may ask for. And so I served as a Peace Corps volunteer twice. My first time was in South Africa, and I was a health community volunteer. And then my second time was in Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland. And that one is near and dear to my heart, as it was called Bro. I worked on a program called Bro, Boys Reaching Out, and it really focused on the issues and the challenges that young men face in Eswatini, which I thought was pretty powerful because oftentimes the boys are left behind. And so that really inspired a lot of my work, which led me a few years later to found be the founder of We Girls, Women Empowering Girls. And really, this was rooted in my own journey in life. I started off in Oakland, California, and I struggled with my own identity. So I really want to pass on identity affirming affirmations, identity culture responsive curriculum to the girls of the next generation so that they feel confident, brave, and bold to do anything that they want in this world.
That's exciting, really exciting. I wanted to ask you about Ghana when you said you went to Ghana, and I'm like, did you eat their
Yes.
jollof? Did you eat their jollof?
Oh, yes, I did. And I'm just going to put it out there. Ghana jollof is the best jollof. I know Nigerians are going to come for me, but Ghana jollof is the best.
They will certainly come for you. And one of the interviewers I had on the show yesterday, she's from Nigeria, and she said Nigerian jollof is good. And I've eaten both, and I will not comment on which one is good, but I love it.
Oh, I'll take all the heat. I'll take all the heat.
You mentioned about struggles with identity and you getting to understand yourself and affirming your identity as a African American, and also using the knowledge that you have and experience to impart it to other people, like the girls that you work with in your organization. I just want to find out about your journey into self discovery and affirming yourself as who you are. How was that, and what challenges did you face in your
Yeah.
questioning yourself on your identity?
That is a really great question. The challenges, I'll start with the challenges I found was seeing myself in places where it mattered. And so that meant in education, that meant in the workspace, that even meant in Peace Corps. Peace Corps is predominantly white, and you see less and less of brown skinned people in the Peace Corps. And it often made me wonder, like, where are we? Where do I fit in society? And so that's what led me to my journey to Ghana, is I wanted to be in a place where people looked like me. And behold, I went to Ghana and just seeing, I love using the word Black excellence in a sense of a holistic view of seeing people, bankers, seeing accountants, seeing doctors that looked like me. All of that had a profound image on me and who I could be in this world. Seeing beautiful women, learning about waist beads, different things of that nature, learning how to cook traditional meals. I come from a rich Black American culture, but because I do live in California, we make up a little less than, I want to say, don't please don't quote me, a little less than 10% of the population. And so, yes, you have your family, but the communities that we're in are often diverse, which is good. But I wanted to immerse myself into communities where everyone looked like me. And it was just affirming, it was inspiring. I felt like I was home, I was embraced, and I was welcome. And more than anything, I could be unapologetically me. And that's what I really loved. And that's what I strive for. I love wearing my hair in twists or braids. I love wearing jewelry that reflects ancient Egypt, Ghana, just so many different things. And when I'm in Africa on the mother continent, I feel like I can be myself. And I also brought that back to the US. I wear African print daily. I embrace my hair. I love it. And I just want to show that to the world, but also show it to our girls as they grow up, is that you can be who you are unapologetically and still lead and be a beautiful human.
Oh, that's very beautiful. That's lovely, and I love your hair there. It's nicely
Oh,
twisted.
thank you.
It's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And you spoke about your chain from Ghana. I'm also wearing a shirt that I got from Ghana. So today, Ghana,
Oh, nice.
Ghanaians out there. Oh,
Ghana, yes.
they must be
Yes, I'm
very
gonna get a
happy.
lot of heat too. Yeah, it's my favorite country in the world. I mean, I love Ghana so much.
One thing I like about what you just said is being authentically yourself. And
Yes,
I've met people who struggle with who they are or their background, and sadly, some black people find themselves maybe lesser than maybe other races, and it's very empowering, really, to see someone who's black like ourselves, yourself, and who's affirming, that identity and being proud of themselves and being happy and comfortable with everything that has to do with blackness. And I think that's what we need to focus on and celebrate, especially this month of Africa. They're saying we come from a rich continent. We all have that background from Africa, and there's a lot to celebrate. And the world should
yes.
be actually they should be looking at us and saying, oh, can we copy your Afro beats? Can we copy your Amapiano? And,
Yes,
there's a lot to
yes,
share,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes, and I agree. I agree. There's lots to celebrate. African culture is beautiful, it's vibrant, it's colorful, it's inviting. Afrobeats, one of my favorite genres. It just gets you moving. It feels good to the soul, and you touched upon a good thing about or interesting point about how a lot of people lack identity. And it really comes down to your heart and your soul of knowing who you are and being your true self. And so I really, really encourage a lot of people to know who their true selves are, because then you can flourish and you can thrive in this world. But oftentimes the stereotypes or what the world is telling you who you are, it breaks us down. But one powerful thing that I learned actually in my self-discovery and healing journey is how you see yourself is how the world sees you. So if you are someone who struggles with identity, the world will see you as that. And sometimes what ends up happening is that you channel what the world is saying you are instead of who you believe you are. So always believe in yourself, always know who you are so that you can shape the way that people think of you.
Wow, powerful, powerful, powerful. One of the
Yes.
things that we want really to portray on this podcast, which is One Life, is really to emphasize the fact that you only have one life to live,
Yes.
one life to lead, and if you don't live it fully, it's a waste of your only one life. And
Yes.
I hope those who are watching us are going to, maybe if they feel so low about themselves, they're going to wake up and wash their face and say, I'm
Yes.
happy to be who I am. I'm happy to have this skin, black, brown, whatever color you are, whatever race you are. Just be happy with yourself and
Yes.
everything will flow, isn't it?
Yes, everything will flow. Blessings on blessings, miracles, just a beautiful, abundant life.
Now, I want to hear more about your organization because I think it's something that is transforming lives. You did share a little bit
Yes.
about empowering young girls to be themselves, also to be proud of who they are. Tell us a little bit more. When did you start this We Girls, and what prompted you to start it?
Yes, I started We Girls last year, excuse me, yeah, 2024 in April. And I started it with the aim to build identity and confidence in our girls. As I stated earlier, identity is very, very important. And so I really wanted to instill that at an early age so that our girls can be brilliant, bold, and just courageous as they enter this beautiful world of ours. Our nonprofit focuses on STEM as well. When I thought about how I wanted to create it, I thought about the issues that girls in Oakland have, which sometimes can be identity, but we have the opportunity. And so if we can work on the identity, then maybe more of our girls will go after the opportunities. And then I wanted to expand it. I'm expanding to Ghana and to South Africa because I often, in my opinion, feel like the identity portion is there to an extent of at least knowing where you come from in this world, but the opportunity is lacking. So I wanted to provide more opportunities through STEM to help with their creativity, competitiveness, and just more resources that can help them also navigate the world and change the communities in which they come from. So that's what it comes down to: identity, STEM, cultural exchange, but also providing opportunities and building identities so that we can come together and honestly make the world a better place. Lastly, I'll say this: the culture exchange part of it is very important to me. Culture exchange actually saved my life at an early age, but not early enough. But being able to travel to Ghana and meet my brothers and sisters really had a profound effect. That's why Africa Day is so important. And that's something that we instill in We Girls. So We Girls is not only about STEM and identity building, it's about learning about your fellow brother and sister from across in the motherland. It's also learning about the diaspora experience. And oftentimes we don't get to do it until we're older or it's too late, or it's good to read. But in this environment that we're providing, we're giving them an opportunity at a young age to have a pen pal or a friend from another country on the mother continent so they can learn about the culture, learn about experiences so that we can build a more powerful Africa in future, because that's really what it comes down to is us in the diaspora and us on the mother continent coming together and making Africa even greater.
I love it. I love it. I also love the fact that there's a lot of movements coming out of Africa where issues of identity
Yeah.
are talked about, where people are affirming themselves, especially as Africans, And I used to get pissed off sometimes when colleagues, I'm based in the UK here, and they'll say, "Oh, where are you from? You're from Africa." I'll say, "I'm from
Yeah.
Zimbabwe," because no one says you're from Europe. They say you're from Germany or France. But of late, I've just realized that actually I love it when they say I'm from Africa because I identify as African, and that
Yeah.
identity is very important for me. And I think it's similarly important for the girls that you work with to affirm that identity. If someone who's watching us wants to be part and parcel of your movement, how do they become? And do you have an age range, or is it anything?
Yes.
Just go to your website and just
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
join
Our
you.
web, yes, our We Girls, our website is wegirlsinc.com. I also have a social media, Sister of the Sun, and also We Girls Inc. INC on Instagram as well. I'm more than welcome to drop my personal email if anyone is interested in volunteering as well. It's just charsay@gmail.com. I know it's a complicated name. Yes, and we invite just any curriculum. Right now, we're finalizing our curriculum so that it represents South Africa, Ghana, and girls in Oakland. And so, if you have any feedback, want to volunteer, want to meet up, I'll be in Ghana this July. That would be great. I'm happy to do so. I love connecting, I love building. And like he stated, we only have one life to live. So, let's connect and make the best of this world.
Tell me something about your one life. What makes it special?
Wow, that's a good question. What makes my one life special, and I'll get a little deep here, is that I've turned my pain into purpose and power. It's not always easy growing up, and we all have stories, and some of us get lost and slipped into the darkness of things that we've experienced. But I've overcome a lot of pain. And I've turned that into purpose and power. I started in Oakland and I was able to navigate and be on a worldwide stage. And I'm so grateful for that. And when I think about my life's purpose, I believe that I had a sacred opportunity to love. I had a sacred opportunity to grow. I had a sacred opportunity to serve and to rise above it all. In my life, it's a daily reminder that I only get one chance to leave a mark on the world. As I stated, to turn that pain into power and to make sure the path I walk helps others find their way too. And that's what I do for We Girls. Um, I also believe in using my voice and my story to create change, especially for those who felt unheard and unseen. And oftentimes in our culture in Africa, we feel unseen or people write stories for us. But I've been able to show up for my one life by writing my own story. And most importantly, I authored a book called A Ghetto Rose. And that's how my one life so far has just been abundant, is I got to share my own story instead of others sharing it for me. And I want to just leave you all with this. Um, One life to me means living intentionally, loving fiercely, and showing up every day with courage, every single day. As Maya Angelou said, I know you love my quote.
Yeah.
My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, humor, and style. So that's how I aim to live my one life.
Wow. Thriving with passion and style. Ooh,
Yes.
ooh, ooh. That's what I want also for my life.
Yes, style, style.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What would you give as advice probably to someone who probably feels low about their identity and they are so searching, they want to live in style and authentically like you've managed to do. What would you say to them to do?
I would say to them to look in the mirror and really own who you are. Love every flaw, love every beautiful imperfection. Just look in the mirror and affirm who you are and love that version of yourself. Take a deep dive into what makes you an incredible person. List out all of those things that you've overcome. List out all the things that you want to achieve, all of your accomplishments, all your accolades. And also, most importantly, who you are internally. The internal value really will show up as externally. And so once you do the intrinsic work, then the external work will just pour out for you. So that's really what I say. Yes, it's just do the inner work so that you can be beautiful on the inside and on the outside.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Shay. This is
Of
so lovely
course.
to hear. I would have spent 1 hour talking, but I think those who
Yes.
want to know more about you, they will come to your social media and to your
Okay.
platforms, We Girls, and the links are right in the description. So please find out more about We Girls. Join them if you want to
Yes.
live authentically and love yourself
Yes.
like Shay does, and like I am going to
Yes.
do as well. Thank you so much. And to all those who are watching us, we are celebrating Africa Month. And so we are just saying, everybody, if you have African roots and you love Africa, love it with your voice,
Yes.
love it with your body, love it with your dressing, just love it, be proud, and share the experiences with the whole world, because there's a lot that the world can learn from Africa. And if you want to know more about maybe going to Africa or visiting Africa, go to the website www.getkumusha.com. The description is right in the description below the screen, so you get more information on how you can visit Africa if you want to visit. There's a lot of things that are happening. We have Tamba Africa, the dance, acrobatic dances. We have the gules also. Everything is there for you to live your life fully, like Shay is doing. Thank you so much, Shay, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. And happy Africa Day.
Happy Africa Day to you too. I hope you
Yes.
guys are celebrating Africa Day. Do you celebrate it in America?
Yes, we do. Yes.
So what are we looking forward to?
Oh, we're looking forward to a lot of Afrobeats parties, communities, community parties, things of that nature, especially in Oakland. Lake Merritt, and particularly, they always have a lot going on for Africa Day. And it's always filled with different vendors from Senegal, Cameroon, different foods. So it's really fantastic here. It's a great celebration.
Great, great. I'm looking forward also to my Africa Day celebrations, because one of the Zimbabwean artists is coming to the UK, and
Oh, nice.
we all flocking there, and we're gonna be dancing Japreza.
Yes, yes. Great to celebrate.
Thank you for joining me on the show, One Life Podcast, and see you viewers in the next episode.